So, good morning, students. Today we are going to start the new chapter, straight lines. But before going back to straight lines, I'll tell you few important concepts also that is going to use in straight lines actually. Okay. So, coming to before getting back to the straight lines, we'll start knowing the things about Cartesian coordinate system. Cartesian coordinate system. See, I'm pretty sure that you people are like aware of this Cartesian coordinate system in previous classes as well. But here we are going to know about it a little deeper. Okay. So, what is the scenario is this is also called as rectangular coordinate system. Rectangular coordinate system. They also call it Cartesian coordinate system is also called as what? Rectangular coordinate system. Before this, usually this geometry is actually came into enlightenment by a Greek mathematician called as Euclid. Euclid's geometry. I hope you have heard about his name. Euclid's geometry. And also there is a French mathematician. There is a French mathematician. And there is a French mathematician called Descartes. Okay. This guy also started writing a notebook, like notebook in the sense a book called as La Geometrique. Okay, this is actually he's a French mathematician, so he wrote a book called as La Geometrique in something around like 16s. So the scenario is he started introducing algebra in geometry. Okay, algebra in geometry. After that, geometry is widely used in n number of terminology like trigonometry and all. Okay, so they started taking inequalities in the geometry, finding section formula, distance, and etc. 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 by using his ideologies. Previously, we used to have this basic geometry, which in Indian history also, a number of construction has been done based on this geometry. But in proper English terminology, this guy Descartes started introducing algebra in terms of geometry also. Analytical geometry, coordinate geometry, I can explain. Okay. Analytical geometry and coordinate geometry are the basic concepts of geometry in IIT JEE syllabus. So coming back to this chapter, you may get in JEE Advanced, JEE Mains. In JEE Mains, definitely 4 questions will be there from whole geometry, and if it is in advanced, you will get around like paper wise, if you consider 2 to 3 questions, or maybe 3 questions, like more than 3 questions also, there is a chance of getting in JEE Advanced. Alright, so this thing you have to keep it in your mind when it comes to bitsat or something. You will be getting more than 4 questions. More than 4 questions you may get it as. Okay, sure. Let's come back to the topic, Cartesian coordinate system. Cartesian coordinate system. Let us consider this is also, as I already said, rectangular coordinate system, right? Why we actually say that, in the sense there is 2 perpendicular lines. I'm mentioning it again, 2 mutually, you can mention a word, mutually perpendicular lines intersect at point called origin. Point called as origin, and we define it as O. two mutually perpendicular lines, I said, right? So this horizontal line is called as x-axis, and this vertical line we call it as y-axis. The point of intersection of these two lines is called as origin, and they are mutually perpendicular to each other. Mutually perpendicular in the sense they are going to be perpendicular with each other, like in this format. Okay, all right. And here previously we have been through complex numbers, right? In complex numbers also, if you observe, one is real axis and one is imaginary axis. The horizontal line is called as real axis and vertical line is called as imaginary axis. In complex numbers also we have geometry, like if there is existing a plane, there will be existing a geometry. Simple. If there is existing a plane, there is existing a geometry. This thing you have to remember. So this is x positive x-axis and this is negative x-axis. This is negative y-axis and this is positive y-axis. Okay. So this two perpendicular, mutually perpendicular lines are dividing the plane into four quadrants. Okay, beta. The plane into four quadrants. That is, the line x o x prime and y o y prime divides the plane. Which plane, beta? This is made by x axis and y axis, so we call it as xy plane, into how many parts? Four parts. Four in the sense quad. Okay, now 4 in the sense quad. This each part is called as quadrant. XY plane into four parts called as quadrants. Okay. So which type of quadrants they are actually? Okay. Let us get back to the quadrants. Okay. So the depiction of this Cartesian coordinate system is given to be x prime, y prime and origin 1 2 3 4 5, 1 unit space you can take it as. Okay, 1 2 3 and -1 -2 -3 -4. You know this is a number line right now. -1 -2 -3 and so on. Chalo. So if you observe, what is this part called as? This is taken to be as first quadrant. This is taken to be as first quadrant. Even here, what is the region in the sense? What is the sign convention in the sense? If you observe, this is positive side of x-axis. So positive side of x-axis and positive side of y-axis. Right, beta? Positive side of y-axis. This is a sign convention, plus and plus. Usually there is one term called as ordered pair. Ordered pair. This ordered pair is nothing but it is simply x comma y. Okay, beta, just a second. So this ordered pair is nothing but a x comma y coordinate point. Okay, basically. So here the depiction of this combined set, okay, combined element x comma y is called as ordered pair. So here also the same depiction varies. Plus and plus indicates plus x-axis and plus y-axis. That is the plane. Okay, and when you come back to this x dash o y, okay, in this case, in this quadrant, second quadrant, we call it as second quadrant. Here what is the sign convention? What? Negative x-axis and positive y-axis, minus and plus. And it is in third quadrant. What is the scenario? Third quadrant, what is the scenario? Negative x-axis and negative y-axis. Negative and negative. minus minus, and fourth quadrant it is fourth quadrant. What is the scenario? Positive x-axis but negative y-axis. These are the four quadrants and four sign conventions. Okay, now this above coordinating an ordered pair x comma y with every point in plane is called as a rectangular Cartesian coordinate system. The above system, you can write it, the above system of coordinating an ordered pair. What is ordered pair beta? X comma y with every point in a plane is called the rectangular Cartesian coordinate system. Okay, right. Sure. Take the next one. Next side heading it is locating a point in coordinate system. Okay, locating a point in Cartesian coordinate system. So I'll just pick this thing. Okay, I'll just grab this thing and put it over here to make the things easy. Okay, again I have to draw and all. Sure. So observe the scenario beta. So let us consider a point over here. Okay, let us consider a point over here. How to depict the nana is this is actually, if I drop a perpendicular from this point to x-axis. Okay, if I drop a perpendicular from the point to the x-axis and a perpendicular from the point to y-axis, this is the scenario, right? So if you observe, if I drop a perpendicular to x-axis and y-axis, it is showing the distance of a point with respect to origin. Okay, now with respect to origin, suppose if you observe, this is the distance. Okay beta, this is the distance of this point with respect to origin. In which direction? X direction. This is 2 units. So 2 comma, and with respect to y direction, what is the scenario beta? With respect to y direction, it is how many units? 2 units. This is the position of a point with respect to origin in coordinate system. Try to locate few points beta. Minus 3 comma 2. Minus 3 comma 2 in the sense, what is the scenario? This is minus 3. Okay, now 3 units in the negative direction of x-axis, which is somewhere over here. Okay, and 2 units in the positive direction of y-axis. I'll drop a perpendicular. Okay, this is the point where minus 3 comma 2. Okay, now and similarly if I point minus 4 comma, or let's take it as minus 2 comma minus 2. So what is the scenario? Distance cannot be negative. The sign indicates the direction of a axis. Negative in the sense that negative sign indicates negative direction, positive sign indicates positive direction. Simple. So this is also here, if you observe, minus 2 in the sense 2 units in the negative direction of x-axis. Okay, now 2 units in the negative direction of x-axis and 2 units in the negative direction of y-axis. So here is the point of intersection will be somewhere over here. This is minus 2 comma minus 2. Okay, now clear beta? This is how you have to locate a point in the Cartesian coordinate system. Simple. So you just take a note over here, take a note. So in first quadrant, what is the scenario? X is greater than 0, y is also greater than 0. And in second quadrant, x is less than 0, y is greater than 0. When it comes to third quadrant, x is less than 0, y is also less than 0. And when it comes to fourth quadrant, what is the scenario? X is greater than 0, but y is less than 0. Okay, now this is how it varies. Take the next heading as distance of a point, distance between 2 points. Distance between 2 points. I'm familiar that, okay, I'm sure that, okay, if you people are familiar with this distance formula and all, but still I'll explain the proof and everything. But let's see, the scenario is, if you are able to understand the things properly, try to make things clear with respect to the concept. If a little bit also, if you are not understanding anything, it will show impact in the further topics. Okay, beta? The same. And one more thing, when it comes to coordinate geometry, you have to analyze the diagram first. What is there, when it is happening, why it is happening, where it is happening. Read the question once. If you don't understand it, try to read it very slowly. And if you still don't understand, try to read it, exterior, but that too with a very slow pace. The slope between 2 points is, okay, you will get some idea about it. If you the distance between A and B is, if you read it very calmly, you will get to know you will get some idea how to solve the question in the sense. Okay, distance between 2 points, right. So yeah, the distance between any 2 points, in the plane, is the length of line segment, joining them. So I'll explain it. What is this? So if I take the Cartesian coordinate system somewhere over here, and I'll put, this is point A and this is point B. I'll ask you to find what is the distance between these two. Okay, now I'll ask you to find what is the distance between these two. So here the basic thing is, when a line is joining 2 points, we call it as line segment. The length of line segment is called as distance between 2 points. Simple. Okay. Sir, how to find the distance between 2 points? There is a formula, direct formula. Okay, we know that. But how to get it in the sense? Consider a Cartesian coordinate system and take 2 points over here. Point A, what are the coordinates? Let me consider it as x1, y1. And the next is B, x2, y2. Okay, now these are the 2 points. Sure. If I drop a perpendicular over here from A, this is y1 units and this is x1 units. If I drop a perpendicular from B, this is x2 units with respect to x-axis and y2 units with respect to y-axis. Right now. So if you observe, this is actually making a right angle triangle. Yes or no? Let me consider the point at as C. It is making actually a right angle triangle. The distance, if you right angle in the sense, what is the theory we will get? Pythagoras theorem, right? No. In Pythagoras theorem, what is the scenario? This is a base basically, and this is perpendicular, and this is hypotenuse. Okay, now so the base, in the sense, this is the length is mod x1 minus x2. Sir, why mod? Just in case if the line is somewhere over here. Okay, now if I drop a perpendicular somewhere over here and I'll put it over here, the base will be minus x2 minus x1, in the sense minus into minus. Like suppose this is minus x2 and this is minus x1. How to find the distance, beta? Minus x2 minus of minus x1. We know that minus x2 is greater, minus x1 is less than, like in negative quantity. So this value will be in the negative only. So length cannot be negative. So for that instance, we'll take it as modulus. Okay, now this mod will be accommodating for all the quadrants, and this will be y direction. What is the scenario? y2 minus y1. But in positive direction, y2 minus y1 is fine. What about for the negative direction? Okay, now mod y2 minus y1 is the scenario. Okay, beta. Now you got this one and that one. So what is the scenario here? Therefore, length of AB, okay, now is equals to square root of that one only, right, beta? Hypotenuse square is equals to what? Base x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So one more thing I forgot to say, x and y abscissa ordinate. Okay, now abscissa ordinate, we call it as that x term we call it as abscissa and y term we call it as ordinate. Okay, so therefore AB, the length of AB is nothing but root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay, beta, this is the proof for distance formulae. And let us solve few questions over here and we'll see what is the scenario. Okay, let's take a question. If a point x comma y is equidistant from the points a plus b comma b minus a and a minus b comma a minus b comma a plus b, prove that bx is equals to ay. This is the thing we have to prove. Okay, so observe it. Equidistant in the sense, what is the scenario? There is a point x comma y, okay, and this point is equidistant with respect to two other points. Let us consider this is the point. Okay, this is another point which is a plus b comma b minus a, and this will be a minus b comma a plus b. Okay, sir, you can solve this by using two methods. I'll tell you two methods also, but one method is distance formula. Equidistant in the sense, this distance d, if I consider the same distance, it will be making as d. So by using distance formula, what is the scenario, beta? How to find the distance? Root over x minus a minus b whole square plus y minus b plus a whole square will be exactly equal to the distance between these 2 points, which is taken to be as x minus a plus b whole square plus y minus a minus b whole square. Square it on both sides, square gets cancelled, so it will be x square minus of a plus b whole square, oh sorry, ah, x minus a plus b whole square plus y minus of b minus a whole square is equals to x minus of a minus b whole square plus y minus of a plus b whole square. Okay, now this is the scenario, and now x square plus a plus b whole square minus 2a times, sorry, 2x times of a plus b plus y square plus b minus a whole square minus 2 times of y into b minus a is equals to x square plus a minus b whole square minus 2x times of a minus b plus y square minus so it will be a plus b whole square minus 2y into a plus b. Sir, a minus b whole square is equals to b minus a whole square, so these two will get cancelled. Okay, now a plus b whole square gets cancelled, x square gets cancelled, y square gets subtracted. Okay, they'll be left with minus 2x into a plus b minus 2y into b minus a is equals to minus 2x into a minus b minus 2y into a plus b. 2 gets cancelled along with the minus sign, so it will be ax plus bx plus by minus ay is equals to ax minus bx plus ay plus by. Okay, now ax by, and now it will be 2bx is equals to 2ay. 2 gets cancelled, so ay is equals to bx. This is the thing, yes, hence proved. This is one method. But sir, what is another method? Method 2. There is this point which is called as a plus b comma b minus a, and this is x comma y, and this is what? A minus b comma a plus b. Okay. So here the distance of this point to this point is exactly equal to the distance of this point to this point. That means if I take this as a and b, from these 2 points, this point is actually lying in midpoint. Okay, now middle. Yes or no, beta? Sir, what is the midpoint formula? What is the midpoint formula? When it is 2 points, x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2, right? So x is equals to what, beta? x1 plus x2 by 2, and y is equals to what? y1 plus y2 by 2. Okay, now here b gets cancelled, a gets cancelled, so 2ax is equals to 2a, and 2y is equals to 2b. So here what is the scenario, beta? X is equals to a and y is equals to b thing. Okay, now this is also one scenario. That means x by a is equals to y by b. Yes or no? 1 basically, right? bx is equals to a y. This is another proof. Okay, now this is second method. You can solve it in both the ways. Okay, simple. Take one more question. I'll give you one more question. If P and Q are 2 points whose coordinates are whose coordinates are 80 square comma 280 and a by t square comma minus 2a by t respectively, and S is the point a comma 0, show that 1 by sp plus 1 by sq is independent of t. It's independent of t. Okay. So they are asking you to prove one more thing, which is 1 by sp plus 1 by sq is actually independent of t. So first we have to find sp distance. What is sp distance, beta? Root over. Okay. We'll first write what is s and p. S is nothing but a comma 0. P is nothing but 80 square comma 280, and q is nothing but a by t square comma minus 2a by t. Okay, so sp is nothing but distance root over what beta? A minus at square whole square plus 0 minus 2at whole square. Okay, which is root over a square plus a square t power 4 minus 2a square t square plus 4a square t square. Okay, now which is nothing but root over a square plus a square t square plus 2a square t square, which is given out to be as a plus at square whole square over root, which is nothing but a plus at square. Okay, now this is sp. Just keep it aside. Next, similarly, what is sq? Root over a minus a by t square whole square plus minus, so it will be plus 2a by t whole square. Here also the same scenario, root over a square plus a square t power 4 minus 2a square by t square plus 4a square by t square, root over a square plus a square t power 4 plus 2a square by t square, root over a plus a by t a square by 2t or a square by t whole square, square gets cancelled, a plus a square by t is sq. Now put it over here, 1 upon a plus a t square plus 1 upon a plus a square upon t, which is nothing but, if you take it as 1 upon a plus a t square plus, and this will be 1 upon a t plus a square and divided by t. Okay, and what is LCM beta here? LCM, is it possible? LCM, observe it. You can take a common, so it will be 1 by a. If I take 1 upon 1 plus t square plus t upon this is a square by t or a by t, 2a by t it is. Okay, 2a by t. Okay, a by t square. Okay, here we did a mistake. This is actually a by t square. Here it is a by t square. Okay, t square. So this will become a t square plus a, and this will be t square. Okay, so if I take a common, this is t square, and this will be 1 plus t square. Denominators is same, so 1 upon a times of 1 plus t square upon 1 plus t square, so it will be 1 upon a. So therefore 1 by sp plus 1 by sq is equals to how much? 1 upon a. This is actually proof for ellipse also. Okay, now actually proof for ellipse also. In ellipse we will discuss it again. In ellipse or hyperbola you will get this proof again. So before, till then, just remember this is the scenario. Okay, this is one of the important concept. Next side heading is area of triangle. Area of triangle. Area of triangle. There are a number of methods to solve these questions. Area of triangle, half into base into height, half into base into height into sine theta. Okay, na? And Heron's formula, and also s into s minus a into s minus b into s minus c. Okay, na? And determinant method, which is called as 1 by 2 into x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y2 minus y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. This type of question, this type of formula is also there, right? So there are n number of methods, but when you upgrading the class, according to the class, you have to habituate the techniques also. So in class 11th and 12th, area of triangle is very simple. Suppose the area of triangle whose vertices are x1 comma y1, x2 comma y2, x3 comma y3 is given to be as half into mod x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 times of y3 minus y1 plus x3 times of y1 minus y2. Okay, we mention it as delta. The area is given to be as delta. Okay, now sir, how to get this one? Simply, how to get this one in the sense, you can take it as area of trapezium form, or else simply you can write it as a determinant form, which is, if you remember the cross multiplication of two vectors. Okay, now delta is nothing but half into the x1 y1 1, x2 y2 1, x3 y3 and 1. Okay, now so expanding in the sense, it will be simply given to be as, first write down the plus minus plus. This is actually sign convention. We'll talk about this sign convention when we are in plus 2. Okay, till then just try to understand the procedure. So plus minus plus, and this will be again, it is actually continuing the process again and again, so completely continuously, periodically you can say. Plus minus plus minus plus minus plus minus plus. Sir, we have to consider for all the things? No need, Nana. You can just wipe off all the terms apart from the very first, or whatever you can take any three sign conventions. Okay, it is simply taken to be as half into, okay, now x1 positive x1, okay beta, positive x1 into, close a particular row and particular column, this one, y2 minus y3, y2 minus y3. If it is a b c d, it is nothing but ad minus bc. Okay, now ad minus bc. Clear? Okay, next minus, okay, now minus y1 into, close the respective row and respective column. जो एलिमेंट यहाँ पे रहते हैं उसकी अकॉर्डिंगली रो को बंद कर देना है, एंड ऑल्सो कॉलम को भी बंद कर देना है, एंड जो भी वैल्यूज़ बचे हैं ना यहाँ पे, उसको हम लेना है ए डी माइनस बी सी फॉर्म में. इसको हम कहते हैं माइनर. ओके ना, आई विल टेल यू व्हाट इज़ दैट माइनर एंड व्हाट इज़ डिटर्मिनेंट एंड एवरीथिंग इन नेक्स्ट ईयर, बट till then you have to remember the procedure. Okay, now okay, so close the respective row and respective column. This is a D minus BC form. Okay, which is x2 into 1 will be x2 minus x3. Next अभी ये देखो, okay ना, so it will be plus 1 into, what is the scenario beta, close the respective row and respective column, x2 y3 minus x3 y2 mod, because area cannot be negative. Okay now, so after solving this one will be half into x1 y2 minus, so this, leave this aside, okay, x1 into y2 minus y3, everything is good, minus y1 into x2 plus y1 x3 plus x2 y3 minus x3 y2. Okay, now half into x1 into y2 minus y3, take x2 common, plus x2, if I take, this will be what beta, x2 common, y3 minus y1 plus x3 common, y1 minus y2 is the same proof. Okay now, okay now, so try to remember this process rather than all the others, like all the any others, in the sense according to the question only you have to solve. But when you are having 3 vertices, don't go for the, okay now, half into base into height formula, instead go with respect to this formula, okay now, det method, that will be feasible. Take a question over here, take a question. If the vertices of a triangle have integral coordinates prove triangle can't be equilateral. Triangle can't be equilateral. So observe it. Let us consider a point x1 y1, b as x2 y2 and c as x3 y3. Okay now, so basically this is a for a triangle ABC. Okay now, and this x1 y1 z1, sorry, x1 y1 x2 y2 and x3 y3 are all are integers only. Okay now, so we know that delta, that is nothing but half into x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 times of y3 minus y1 plus x3 times of y1 minus y2, that close, mod close, right? So that means this must be an integer, yes or no beta? This must be an integer. If this is integer, in the sense, what is the scenario, x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y2 minus y3 plus x3 into y1 minus y2, okay now, must be belongs to integer simply. Okay, so along with it, if you observe, that means half into, you can write it as delta is equals to root 3 by 4 into side square a square. This is the process, right beta? If the triangle be an equilateral, okay now, you can mention if triangle is equilateral, which is actually a irrational, okay now, which is actually a irrational, that means which is nothing but root 3 by 4 into AB square. In AB square, in the sense AB is equals to AC is equals to BC. So root 3 by 4 into a positive number, okay now. But still, if you observe, root 3 is actually a what beta, irrational number. Root 3 is actually a irrational number, so all this will be definitely a what beta? Irrational rather than a integer, rather than integer. So definitely, if the area is an integer, the equilateral triangle cannot be having a integer coordinate. Simple. Okay now, sure. Condition for collinearity. Condition for collinearity. Collinear in the sense, what is the scenario? Collinear. The word collinear. Collinear in the sense, if the points are lying in a same line. Suppose let us consider A, and this is B, and this is C, and this is D, and this is A, and this is F. All the lines are lying on a same line, then those points are called as collinear. Simple. All the points lying on a same line, then the points are called as collinear. If all the points are lying on same line, the points are called as collinear points. Okay now, collinear points. Simple. Sir, how to, in the sense, if you observe, this is A and B and C. These are 3 points which are lying on a same line. So these points are called as collinear. If you observe, no triangle is able to form. No triangle is able to form here. That means, if no triangle is forming, in the sense, what is the scenario, my dear? Area of triangle will be is equal to 0. Area of triangle is 0 in the sense, sir, why you are taking area of triangle? Simply, there are 3 points, that means x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay now, and x3, y3 are 3 coordinates we have, but it is not forming a triangle. That means, if area of triangle is equal to 0, thus we can say the points are collinear. Simply. Okay now, this is first method. And what about second method, beta? What about second method? Simply, AB plus BC must be the distance. The sum of 2 distances must be equal to AC. AB plus BC is equals to AC. If sum of 2 distances is equal to the third distance, in the sense, definitely we can say yes, the points are collinear. Okay now? So when you come back to the class, we will discuss about this section formulae and also solve problems based on this area of triangle and all. Instead, let us close it with respect to few questions I will solve. Okay, few questions we will solve and then we will close it. If coordinates of 2 points, if coordinates of 2 points A and B are 3, 4 and 5, -2 respectively. Find the coordinates of any point P if PA is equals to PB and area of APB is equals to, or else PAB is equals to 10. Yes. Okay now, this is a question they gave. How many conditions they gave? 2 conditions they gave. How many unknowns we have? 2 unknowns we have. P, let us consider x comma y. So 2 unknowns, 2 equations. Yes, we can solve it. So first condition they gave it as PA is equals to PB. PA is equals to PB, where A is what? A is 3 comma 4 and B is 5 comma minus 2. X minus 3 whole square plus y minus 4 whole square is equals to x minus 5 whole square plus y plus 2 whole square, which is nothing but x square plus 9 minus 6x plus y square plus 16 minus 8y is equals to x square plus 25 minus 10x plus y square plus 4 plus 4y. Okay, na? X square, y square, and anything else. 16 and 9, 25, 25 gets cancelled, and anything else. Minus 6x minus 8y is equals to minus 10x plus 4y plus 4. 2's, 5's, 4's and 3's. So it will be minus 3x minus 4y is equals to minus 5x plus 2y plus 2. So this will be 2x minus 6y is equals to 2. Simply, right? So again x minus 3y is equals to 1 is the first equation. Okay, now let us keep it aside, and similarly we'll solve for triangle PAB. PAB in the sense, what is the scenario? Px comma y, a3 comma 4 and b 5 comma minus 2. Okay, now so delta PAB is equals to 10 in the sense half into, okay, now what is x1? X into 3 minus 5, sorry, x1 y1, x2 y2, x3 y3, right? Half into x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y2 y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2, right? So half into x1 is x into y2 minus y3, 4 plus 2 plus 3 times of minus 2 minus y plus 5 times of y minus 4 is equals to 10. So I'll make it as 20. Okay, 6x minus 6 minus 3y plus 5y minus 20 is equals to 20. Okay, now so this will be 6x plus 2y is equals to 46 is equal to 46. 3x plus y is equals to 23 is the second equation. Solving 1 and 2 will get x and y, which is point P, correct? Okay, beta. Sure. That's it for today, and tomorrow we'll see the section formulae and also few questions based on Cartesian coordinate system for mains and advanced level, and then we'll go for orthocenter, circumcenter, centroid, okay, now excenter, incenter, everything, centers of a triangle, and then we'll go for rotation of axis and translation of axis. Sure. Thanks for joining the class, and just go through all the things, make a notes properly, that will be feasible for you. Sure. Have a good day.